Hello, Rice Lake Tourist Association members. This is Sophie Andrell, and I promised I would create a little video for you showing you how to create your own Twitter account. Why do you want to do that? Because what we're doing as an association for you now is looking for tweets that people that want to come visit you might be interested in. So they would be tweets like Jody's doing from her resort. I see she tweeted earlier today on July 2nd, not too late to book your last minute vacation. So I saw that, we retweeted it. How did I see that? Because she happened to put in her words while she was tweeting, # Rice Lake ON. So # Rice Lake ON, that's called a hashtag, Rice Lake ON, and I see it. So kind of we all look for that now, and and anybody that tweets anything to do with Rice Lake ON, I see, and I look at it and I decide if it's something that I believe all of those people that want to come visit us, even though they might not know it yet, might be interested in seeing. So we'll retweet it. It ends up on your new website, which is ricelakecanada.com. It ends up going out to all of our followers, and what you'll notice is we've doubled in followers on Twitter. We're over 400 followers on Twitter with Rice Lake Tourist Association. So the word association wouldn't fit, so I had to shorten it. So I put A so that they knew we were in Canada. And the actual handle we're using, our username is Rice Lake ON. Okay, well that's nice you're saying. Maybe you don't have a Twitter account yet. That's what this video is for. If you don't have a Twitter account yet, I want to show you how to create your Twitter account and how to become part of this Twitter world, and how those people that are following us and people that retweet our tweets, and they might have thousands of followers because we get a lot of people retweeting our tweets now. People like the different, here's one, Peterborough, he's got 600 followers. He's retweeting our tweets. We have PTBO _ Canada retweeting our tweets. He's got 10,000 followers. We have Visit Northumberland County. And they have a large number of followers. There it is, Northumberland. Let's see how many followers. They've got 2,700 followers. They retweet our tweets. We've got a lot of people out there that will retweet our tweets for us. So let's get you retweeted. So how do you create your own Twitter account to begin with? And so this video is how you create the Twitter account. Then I'll do another video which shows you, okay, now that you've got it created, how do you actually tweet? Okay, so we'll send that to you in a couple of days, next week. Okay, so you go to twitter.com, and it says, welcome to Twitter, connect with your friends, and blah, blah, blah. So if you have an account already, you're going to go up here with your username or your email that you created with and your password. If you don't remember what it was, you can just get them to email you your a link to redo your password. However, if you're new, which is what this is for, let's put in a pretend, let's say Sophie's Resort, Rice Lake. Oh, did you see what's happening? I ran out of space. So there's very limited space in what you can put in your name. So as your company name, as your resort's name, as your cottage name, as your restaurant's name, whatever you happen to be. So you got to be creative. So I'm going to say Sophie's Resort, and this you'll see will be kind of like the title of our Twitter account, not our handle. That's going to come up in a second. Then the email, I just created a new email to manage this pretend account, and I think I called it Rice Lake Resorts at gmail.com. Rice Lake Resorts at gmail.com. And so you can only manage one Twitter account with one email. So what I mean by that is if you already have a Twitter account for something else, you're going to have and you're managing it with your current email, you need to have a second email for a second Twitter account. So it's one email per Twitter account, unfortunately. Unlike on Facebook, I manage a large number of Facebook business pages from one email, which is great. So in this case, I need to have another email account for this new one that I'm creating for you. Let's just see, what was that email that I created? Pretty sure I got it right. RiceLakeResorts@gmail.com. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there, and I think the password I'm going to go with is, did you hear me? That's because we don't share passwords. So I created a password, I created a title, and so now the important thing it wants to know is, what is your handle? So you got your full name here. Name looks great. I've got this email address I created. I have a password. It says it's okay. So the handle is really important. Actually, that's a great handle. I wish I had a resort, Sophie's Resort, then I would grab that handle. The handle is unique. The handle is important. You should try and make that handle as short as possible, because the shorter it is, the more people will include you in their tweets. Why is that? Because there's only 140 characters allowed in a tweet. So we'll get to how you tweet in the next video, but when you're creating and picking your username, you need to pick something that's short. So for Rice Lake, Ontario, sorry, for our Rice Lake Tourist Association, we've chosen and we're using Rice Lake ON. We shortened that a bit. It used to be Rice Lake Canada, but we shortened it just a few bits. So it's Rice Lake ON, so that it's shorter, so more people will include us. So what are you going to choose? That's going to be up to you. What I would suggest is a combination of your resort name and try and shorten it as much as possible. So, so Sophie's Resort, I'm going to keep it because that's a great pretend handle. And then I'm going to create my account. So it's going to, so let me just increase this a little bit. No, it's not going to let me, oh, well, good. So, so let's see what it says. Keep me signed in on this computer. Sure, that would be great. And then the other thing it's asking is tailored Twitter based on my recent website visits. So if you want Twitter to say, hey, you might be interested in following these people and these people and these people on Twitter, then you want to check this box off. And I think you probably do want to check this off. And so then what happens is it's going to put a cookie on your computer. Sorry about that. It's going to put a cookie on your computer, which will see where you've been. And then when you go to Twitter, it's going to kind of tailor your Twitter experience to where you go on Twitter. Now, in my case, it doesn't make sense. For all my accounts, I manage a number of different Twitter accounts for people and Facebook accounts. So it would be confused as to where I'm going. And it wouldn't make any sense. But for you, if you're managing one Twitter account and that one computer you're on, you happen to go to your partners and your suppliers and those that you'd like to support, then it makes sense. Because when they're on Twitter, it's going to tell you, hey, did you know so-and-so's on Twitter? Pretty cool, eh? So now all you do is create my account. So now you're joining today. And right now, of course, they want to know if you're interested in getting more World Cup excitement. Let's say no thanks. Tick-tock, tick-tock. So now this part is a little frustrating. It says 60 seconds, and it really does take 60 seconds once you realize what it's asking you for. So you just click on next here. And what happens here, it's going to make you follow a certain amount of people before it allows you to go live with your Twitter account. So you have to follow actually 10 different people. So you can follow the ones they give you. So they give you some random ones based on what they think who you want to follow. So you may or may not want to follow these guys, but I think following, I might follow WestJet, I might follow the Toronto Star that I saw here, but I definitely think you should follow Rice Lake ON, and because that is obviously us. So you definitely want to follow Rice Lake ON. You definitely may want to follow some of your peers. So let's go to Rice Lake, Ontario. How would you find that? Okay, just have the website open behind you, and you just go over here and just kind of cut and paste it. So let's follow Jody, and I would just go back here and put this there. And so then Jody would come up. And there it goes. Sorry about that. I forgot to press return. So let's follow Jody. And you need to have the exact kind of handle, because they're all unique. So there might be someone in the States who has a handle close to someone who you'd like to follow, but you didn't realize that, oh, you know what, they're not really the people that are, you know, down the way from us. I don't want to follow them. So be careful when you're deciding who you want to follow. Make sure you actually go to their website or go to Twitter and cut and paste from there. So what do I have again in the background? I have the I have your website open, ricelakecanada.com. I've scrolled down a little bit to look at the tweets, and that's where I'm finding them from. So put it there and then press return, and then it finds it, and then say follow. So now it says great. So you can see it said great. Now I'm following those 5. I say next. Do you think it lets you go forward? Nope. It wants you to follow another 5. So, and then finally it'll let you go forward. So these are kind of areas of interest. So they have 12 areas of interest that are suggested in travel. So maybe you would like to tweet something to do with travel. So I'm going to click on travel and see who they're suggesting. Alberta travel, maybe I'll do Canada travel. Oh, you know who definitely I would suggest you follow, and we're going to get more on that on the next video as to how you tweet. Some of your giants. Now, one of your giants is Visit Northumberland. Let's see if I got that right. No, that's not right. Let's just go over here and see. There it is. Northumberland Tea is what it's called. I should know. I was with them when we set that up. Northumberland Tea. So we'll put that here. So if you're in the Northumberland area, you definitely want to put that in there. There we go. Follow. Another one, now it wants 3 more that you probably may want to follow is the Peterborough and Kawartha tourism one. So if I scroll down here, I can see, oh, these guys have been excellent. They've been really supportive of late. So let's put them in there as well. As far as someone else to follow. So why is it important? As I'm putting these in there, I'll let you know why it's important. It's because we need to mention them once in a while, and then they will share us out to all of their thousands of followers. Oh, the really good one to follow is PTBO _ Canada. They have, I think around 11,000 followers. So it'd be nice if they sent out our message to their followers. And then if there are celebrities that come to your location, or if there are media that comes to your location, you want to follow them as well. If there are travel groups in Toronto, travel groups in Coburg, you want to follow them. Okay, so now we've followed 10 in total. So I'm going to say next. And it says 5 more. Now, I'm not going to do 5 more. And then it also says you can invite your entire email list. Do not do that. Skip all over this and go to this little thing down here that they like to hide that's called skip at this point. And just click on skip. So now you're ready to create your Twitter page. So you have to go through that monotonous thing of choosing 5 to follow and then another 5. And so once you've done that, now you're ready to go. Okay, so you upload an image. The image can be a maximum size of 700 kilobits, and it has to be square. This image should be your logo. This image should be the same logo you use on your website, that you use on Facebook. It's your branding. It's critical that you use the same logo. So let me go to Documents, and in Documents I have a Rice Lake file. There it is. So in here, I'm going to just see if there's a pretend image I can use. Well, I'll just use our image. I'll use this one here, the one that we didn't use for it was a little pixelated, so maybe I'll use this one. I'll use this one, okay. I don't like the pixelated one. JPEG. So I'm kind of right-clicking on it, so it's telling me the dimensions. It's kind of square, so it should be okay. And it's telling me it's 4.8 kilobits, so it's underneath the required amount, which is 700 kilobits. So I'm going to say open. So that's done. And now I'm going to And now there it is, okay. So now, what I could have done, and I should have done, I wonder if it'll let me go backwards, good. Before I continued is this. This bio is important. What is this bio? This bio is the little description. It's only 60 characters, only 160 characters. The tiny description that goes by your name that people will see when they toggle over your Twitter account to see what you're all about. So it's important to put in there why they want to come visit your location. It's really important to be friendly, be funny, you know, put something in there that's going to stay. Often it should mirror what you already have on your website. So, in this case, I'm pretending I'm a resort myself, right? So I probably want to go to a resort and steal what maybe they have on there. So if I go to Alpine Resort and then I steal, see which, this is what a Twitter page looks like completed, which is beautiful. It's got a great header on there, Jody, that's gorgeous. And then if I go to her website, which is new, and I have to say that I created it, so I'm really delighted with it actually, and I know Jody is as well, so I'm thrilled with it. So we've got some great pictures going on, and so if I go to this site and I decide, okay, I'm just going to steal some words, and I'm just going to say, because I'm pretending I'm a resort, so this is what I'm going to put on my Twitter account. It should be something that's familiar that they're going to see on your Twitter account, that they're going to see on your website. So, and it should be, you know, this is reflecting you, obviously. I'm just randomly doing this right now. So, let's see, located in the rolling hills, and I'm going to say something, I'm going to humanize it a little bit. I think because it's Twitter, you should humanize it a little bit. Like, especially if you're family run, you know, make sure you say, come stay with us, or our family is here to, you know, make your, you know, fabulous summer vacation. So really personalize it. You know, we're waiting for you. Yeah, that's cool. So we're waiting for you. So I've got 109 characters out of the 160. I could add more stuff if I wanted to. So if I happen to have another handle, this is where I would add it. Okay, so I'm done. So now it's going to show me what so far what I look like. I've got, so right now these are all the tweets. Okay, so let's take a step back. We put in our logo. So this is your unique logo. The name of your Twitter account and your handle. Your handle is really important. So in this case, if I was going to look to see what is this Todd Fellows handle, it's Kawartha Van Donk. Okay, so if I was going to look here and see what's Mr. Kim's handle, it's Jagon NCC, New Canadian Center. So the handle is important. That's how you mention someone. So this is how they would mention you. So that's really important. So now, what you need to do is just a couple more things to complete your account. I want you to go over here to this little thing that looks like a widget. Click on that, and that brings up the ability for you to go to settings, and that's where we're going to go now and spend some time on settings. So on settings, we clicked on settings, and this is where you can change your username if you want, but that's up to you. You can change it as often as you like. However, and when you change it, everyone that's following you will automatically continue following you, but try and select one you like, because what you're going to do is you're going to put that on all your marketing material. You're going to put an @ in front of it, and then whatever your username is on all your marketing material. If you have a link on your website that you want it to go to your Twitter account, this is what you cut and paste. It's twitter.com/ whatever your unique username is. So that's what you put there. You don't put the @ in front of it, it won't work. So if I go to Rice Lake, for example, and I click on this little bird here, it's going to take us back to Rice Lake, twitter.com / Rice Lake ON. Okay, so twitter.com / Rice Lake ON. As you can see, it takes us to our beautiful Twitter account. Okay, so let's go back to Twitter. So that's important, the username. This is the email that I used to create this account, which isn't correct. That's a default email from something I did before. So here I'm going to say it's going to be that Rice Lake Resorts at gmail.com. That's the one I want there. So that's good. And then the time zone is always wrong. Correct your time zone. You are in Eastern time zone, so go in there and correct that. Then if I scroll down, you are definitely in Canada. Keep your Canadian. That's selected. Do not inform me. Do not inform me before showing media that may be sensitive. So see, you will see all photos and videos, even if it contains. This is new, interesting. Mark media I tweet as containing media material that is maybe sensitive. This doesn't apply to you. This is if you were in industry that was, say, questionable, then you would need to check this off. But I don't suggest you check these off because it's going to restrict you your tweeting. And then request an archive of your tweets. You haven't tweeted yet, but you can actually request an archive of all of your old tweets. So click on Save. So this is going to save your the email you put in there, plus it's going to save your new anything that you've changed. Anytime you change anything in your settings, it asks for your password, so it makes sure that you're not some sort of spam crawling evil person. There you go. So we'll save that. Okay, so now, and so that's great. Okay, so now what you want to do is go to Profile. So on the profile, what we haven't done yet is we've put up your photo, and we've put your name, location. It may not know where you are as far as it has a hard time with smaller towns. So if I try and put in Rice Lake, Ontario, Canada, I don't think it'll know where that is. So you might have to play with this until it determines if it knows where you are. So it certainly doesn't know where that is. So if I want to say, so you want to play with that and determine what you put in there. Keene, Ontario. See if it knows where Keene is. So it looks like it knows where Keene is. And then the website. So this is where you're going to put in your website, to your own website. And then, so if I click on Save, it's going to save it for me. And if I click on Me, this is how you see what your Twitter account looks like. So this is what your Twitter account looks like so far. So you've got your logo. Be careful with the logo. This is why we didn't use this one at the in the end, because it was too gritty. We had to recreate it. But your logo, you want it to be crisp, and then you also want it to be able to shrink well, so that it's identifiable when it shrinks, because it's going to shrink very small when it's next to all of your tweets. And then this is where people will see your handle. Okay, what about all this blue space? So this blue space is your header. There used to be a cover and a background. They changed that. There is no longer a background on Twitter. It's just a very beautiful top, and it's a pretty background that is always just white. I used to be able to change the background. So let's see. So if I look, just to give you an example of a really nice one, this is the Alpine Resort. They've got a beautiful one. And if we look at, let's see another one for you. Rice Lake, Ontario. Let's look at our own, which is another beautiful one as well. So as you can see, that's a gorgeous cover. So again, your cover is long, and it's got to be a very vibrant photo. So how do we change that? Go to Settings, click on Settings, and then so that little widget up here, and then click on Settings, and then go to profile. You think it was design, but it's not. It's actual profile. And then you can see the dimensions. It's 1500 by 500 and maximum of 5 megabits. So click on change header and then choose the photo you'd like. So it needs to be an image. So I'm just going to choose some random photo right here. Open. And so it's put the photo there. So you can see what it does is you can move the photo around, but you can't really shrink it. All you can do is make it larger in here. So the photo you choose, you might have to play with the photo a little bit once you put it in there. So let's just put this in there, apply. Okay, so where did it go, you ask? Where do you think? How do you think you go to look at it? Click on a couple things. Let's go to the bottom, so we have to click on save. Save changes. Don't forget to save your changes. There you go. So if you don't save your changes, it's not going to save it for you. So that means you can kind of put in a photo and you don't like it, you put in another photo if you like it. So that's okay. This is something I suggest you do not do. Do not try and have your tweets upload to Facebook. It's bad form. Facebook is very vibrant in photos and the language is different. Twitter is communication, listening and retweeting, and it's very different. It's bad form to have your Facebook go to Twitter or your Twitter go to Facebook. Don't have those auto-feeding each other. You really want to just have your Facebook, beautiful photos of your sunset, and do that once or twice a day if you can, or just once a day, or once every other day is okay. On Twitter, keep it in your pocket, as they say, and have it on your phone, and go on every so often, take a picture live and tweet it. It's really simple to do, and that's the kind of stuff we're going to do in our next video. So you're almost done now. All you need to do now is go to Me up here again and look at what it looks like. So I scrolled down too quickly there. So that's all. But this is what it's going to look like. So this is the first part of setting up your Twitter account. So I do one-on-one coaching. I have an office here in Peterborough, and I do make house calls out to Rice Lake because I love Rice Lake. So if you ever want me to come out directly, but in your case, all I want you to do in this video is just go into twitter.com, set it up, put in your logo, put in a header, think of what you want as your name, think of what you want as a sentence, and that's all I want for you to do for now. And then, once that's done, I'm going to send you another video that shows you how you actually tweet. So I'm going to actually delete this because people are going to start following us. And I already have 2 followers, as you notice, so since we created it till now. So I'm going to end up deleting it. And so I'm going to go in here, back to my settings. I don't suggest you go and delete yours, but I would go in and scroll down here and deactivate my account. So is what I would end up doing. But so for now, that's how you create your account. To look at it after you create it, click on Me. So I want you to make sure you're comfortable with how it looks. Then next week, what I'll show you how to do is how to go to home and see everyone you're following, what they're talking about, notifications, anyone that's mentioned you, if you want to reply to them. Discovery, it's a bit more advanced, may not get to that. But the big thing is, this is how you're going to look, what your logo is going to look like. It's going to be shrunk next to anything that you tweet. And what you say here is important. And then and your website, you want it to go back to your site. Some people have it going back to their Facebook pages or their blogs if they're not pleased with their sites, but that's up to you where you want it to go back to. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Thank you for watching.